everyone, it's Emma. Today I'm talking about 5 nonfiction books that I would like to read. I do not read nonfiction on a regular basis. When I do read it, I enjoy it. It just takes me a bit longer than like a fictional YA book that I can speed through. But the thing is that I really am drawn towards certain nonfiction books. Like, I want to be reading them. They sound really interesting to me. So today I made a list of my top 5 nonfiction TBR books that I would like to get to in the near future. The first one is Quiet by Susan Cain, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking. This is a book, obviously, about being an introvert, but more than that, it's kind of about the culture that we live in, especially American culture, and how it really undervalues introverts as a part of society, how introverts are actually a very necessary part of society. On the back, it says, at least 1/3 of the people we know are introverts. They are the ones who prefer listening to speaking, who innovate and create, but dislike self-promotion. It is to introverts, Rosa Parks, Chopin, Dr. Seuss, Steve Wozniak, that we owe many of the great contributions to society. So this book tells stories of real-life, successful introverts, how to best function as an introvert who wants to be a successful person, because not all introverts are not ambitious. That's just not true. So this book is about kind of changing the way we see introverts, especially for introverts themselves. I am obviously an introvert. I think that the tendency is to be harsh towards yourself if you're quiet or shy, but that is not always just a weakness. It is also a strength in different ways. My mom has read this book and she really loved it. Actually, a lot of the nonfiction books that I'm going to recommend today are ones that my mom recommended to me. In a similar thread to the last book, the next one that I want to read is The Highly Sensitive Person by Elaine N. Aaron, PhD. This one is similar to being an introvert. It is about people who are HSPs, highly sensitive people. I'll just read a little bit of what it says on the back in case you have never heard of this before. Do you have a keen imagination and vivid dreams? Is time alone each day as essential to you as food and water? Are you too shy or too sensitive according to others? Do noise and confusion quickly overwhelm you? If your answers are yes, you may be a highly sensitive person or HSP. This book is Dr. Elaine Aaron explaining what it means to be an HSP, but more than that, explaining how to make the most of it. I already know that I'm an HSP, so what I'm most interested in is understanding more of what it means to be an HSP in a practical sense, like how to make the most of it. Some of my family members who are also HSPs have read this one and said it was so helpful, just understanding yourself, what you need as a highly sensitive person, how to better understand yourself, better take care of yourself so that you can move out into the world and be productive. The next book that I would like to read is a very different thread than those first two. It's Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham, From Gilmore Girls to Gilmore Girls and Everything in Between. I am a very big Gilmore Girls fan. It is my favorite show, and if you don't know, Lauren Graham played Lorelai on the show. So it sounds like this book is just about her life, growing up, dating, becoming an actress, and since she is such an entertaining person, I'm kind of assuming that the way this is written is going to be really entertaining. Plus, any and all extra Gilmore Girls content that I can get, I'm down for. The next book on my little TBR is Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, Creative Living Beyond Fear. Elizabeth Gilbert is the author of Eat, Pray, Love, but she wrote this book about her creative process. My mom loves this book. She's been wanting me to read it for a long time now, and honestly, it sounds wonderful. It is about inspiration no matter what you want to do, whether you want to become a writer, whether you want to be a filmmaker, or if you're an artist. It's about the creative process, how she approaches it herself. I love learning about people's creative processes because I find it to be so instructive. So I'm really excited to get some of that out of this book. Plus, look how beautiful and colorful this cover is. I love it. And the last book that I have here is called 6 Memos for the Next Millennium by Italo Calvino. This one has definitely been on my shelf the longest. It is not a book per se, it is actually a collection of Harvard lectures. This man was writing 6 Harvard lectures, and this book contains the 5 that he finished before he passed away. And this is a new translation from a poet named Jeffrey Brock, so that makes me kind of interested in it as well because it is translated by a poet. These 5 lectures kind of outline the qualities in writing that he viewed to be the most important. It's a defense of literature, and each essay or each lecture covers a different topic like lightness, quickness, exactitude, visibility, and multiplicity. Let's see if I got that right. Lightness, quickness, exactitude, visibility, and multiplicity. I've always been drawn towards Italo Calvino's essays and books. I find them often in one of my favorite bookstores, Book Culture, so I picked this one up a long time ago and I have still yet to read it, but I'm still interested and I would still very much like to. So those are the 5 books that are at the top of my nonfiction TBR pile. I would really like to hear from some of you guys who actually read nonfiction. Even if you don't read a lot of nonfiction, if you just have like one favorite, let me know what it is down in the comments because I would love some suggestions. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a lovely day or night or afternoon wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video.